Let's go.
How do you define success?
Ooh. How do I define success? That's a great question because, I do feel, it is a very subjective question. What is your criteria? And my criteria is based obviously on my values in life and my ethics, right? And so, obviously this answer being just for me.
Yeah, just for you.
Just for me.
Yeah.
At this point in my life, I define success by effectively using my time and my energy to affect either change or continue a process that I've already identified as necessary for me to grow in the necessary means to provide for myself and my loved ones, which myself being a loved one. So I could actually just say to provide for my loved ones because that's family, friend. I don't even fucking think I got friends no more. I just got fam and I got self, man. And all my peoples, that's fam. You know what I mean? That's your fam. You know what I mean? So to me, success is being able to effectively apply my time and energy to improve the reality and the situation of my loved ones.
Wow. And so going forward, if you had to kind of look forward a little bit, say, God willing, 5, 10 years out, what would a successful you kind of look like at that point? What are you striving for?
Yeah, so any answer I give you is going to be based on, I guess, assumptions of how I see the conditions of the world being, right? Because, shit could hit the fan and success could be mean you providing food and shelter for your family during some crazy situation, you know what I'm saying? But realistically, actually, when you think about it, you could actually just extrapolate that to anything. Being able to apply or be able to provide food, clothing, shelter in a crazy time is really a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? I think luxuries become that, that next step that you know what I mean, feel that people we all deserve, or we all should be entitled to a certain level of living. You know what I mean? Do we all get it? No. You know what I mean? So I'm going to be like this though. Going back to what you said, 5 to 10 years. I'm not like Stalin, but 5-year plan is a serious thing. So the difference between 5-year plan and 10-year plan is actually almost 2 plans, to be honest with you. 5-year plan, success would be really solidifying businesses and ventures, really reeling it in. To be in British Columbia, to have property. Children, I'd like to have at least my first child, property. I'd like my moms to be working under the umbrella, unless she doesn't want to be. So I'd like to be able to provide those opportunities for my family, and to continue to really feel like I'm offering a platform and an incubator for the community, and whatever, our community is, I want to say multifaceted, but layered. You know what I'm saying? It's a locational, a regional thing in some regards. Sometimes it's ethnic, sometimes it's national. You know what I mean? But for that's 5-year. 10-year plan, I'll be honest with you, dog, from the sounds of it, wouldn't be surprised if we see World War III within 10 years. Shit's kind of crazy. Within 10 years, I would really like to be working on a compound. If I'm going to be real with you, I'd like to have, some kind of self-contained compound in an undisclosed location on top of everything else. Like, bro, I know we think about this, dog. I probably talking about this last night. Shit. No, I like to have a compound, self-contained. I've already thought about it with the fucking greenhouses, like, dog, you can get all these little mini homes. Imagine you had a little group of mini homes with little fucking greenhouses. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, 100%. You've already been thinking about that. I can see you on the same page there, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're thinking of... You're thinking about how you can get your fresh water, how you can get your solar power. How, if you got to bounce off the compound, can you do that effectively? If you got to be yo dog. So these kind of things, you know what I'm saying? To be able to have some kind of infrastructure to be able to raise a family in any condition. I think that's the 10-year plan, to be able to provide the infrastructure to take care of your loved ones in any conditions. So you know what? It's still the same shit, dog.
It comes back home.
It comes back home. It's the difference between 5 to 10 years is your ability to handle a wider spectrum of situations that may arise. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So you're taking that same value system.
You really don't have to change. You know what? You know, exactly. And I think that's, if there's any wisdom, I feel like one of the biggest things that hit me, it's like, when you really realize you break down what you have to do, you know what I mean? You can really, when you settle into single-mindedness, your affairs do thin out. And as they thin out, you realize you don't have as many balls in the air as you realize you thought you did. You know, you just saw a lot more balls that were really just attached to this ball. So why don't you just keep this one in the air? Keep it simple. But simple ain't easy. And that's the crazy thing about it. So, yeah, I mean, that's probably the best I could say on that. You know what I mean?